Adam, Carolina now faces Louisville on Wednesday at 9 o'clock. Louisville's had a very difficult couple of years. They were really, really bad last season. They were really bad at the beginning of this season. I'm not sure Louisville is good. I do think Louisville is playing better. They beat Miami last week.
At Miami,
or in Coral Gables. Then it was a one-possession game with NC State this past weekend. State did eventually win the game, but it was a competitive game. And I know that sounds, it was a competitive game. Good job, Louisville. But they weren't playing competitive games with teams that are nowhere near ACC level earlier in the season. And so I think Louisville's playing better. Carolina, obviously, this iteration of the Tar Heels is better than this iteration of Louisville. But Carolina can't just roll into this game and expect this game is going to be Louisville going, well, ho-hum, it's a bad year. Louisville's going to bring something, and Carolina's going to have to respond.
Louisville's just been crushed with injuries. I think they only have 8 healthy scholarship players at the moment. They don't have a lot of depth anyway, and they don't have a lot of experience. So they're young without a lot of depth, which is a bad combination against the Tar Heels, who are old and do have a pretty decent amount of depth. The one thing they do is they get to the free throw line a ton. Carolina's going to have to do a good job of defending without fouling. Hubert Davis talks about that all the time. That was a big point on the Judah Mintz scouting report. So they can't parade to the line. If you make them shoot from the field, you've got a pretty good chance of winning the game. But I would think the Tar Heels hope that their depth will eventually wear them down. I think State started that game on a 12-0 run, so they were down early, but then showed some fight and came back. I think you're right. I don't think they're really bad anymore. I think they've progressed to possibly average. But in some ways, I think this schedule's worked out great for Hubert Davis because all he has to do is go, look, they won at Miami.
Yeah.
If they were coming in here winless, that would be a challenge. Last week, they went to Miami and won. Miami is good. If you don't play, they will win here also.
Yes. Yeah, it's a good point. Mike James is their leading scorer. He and Sky Clark. Clark has been all over the place. I think he was at Kentucky at one point, then Illinois. Now he's at Louisville, but a talented player. Brandon Huntley Hatfield, one of the rare guys who has been there, who has returned. He's a big guy, transfer from Tennessee, averages about 10.5 points, almost 9 rebounds per game. So they have some pieces. Again, Carolina, I think this version of Carolina is better than this version of Louisville. But Tar Heels need to make sure their full attention is there because this game counts too. This game counts just like every other ACC game counts. And so that will be important.
I tell you something that has become important to me, Jones. I was looking at the banners in the Smith Center the other day. Do you know that the gap between the last ACC championship banner and currently is longer than any time since 1961?
So the last ACC tournament win for the Tar Heels was what, 16?
I'm counting regular season also because you get a banner for regular season or tournament.
Was it 9? Did they win in 19?
Yeah. I want the Tar Heels to win the regular season this year. I don't care about the ACC tournament. I want the Tar Heels to win the regular season. In order to do that, you can't drop games like this. This is what has prevented a couple more banners from going up in this situation.
Cormac Ryan, did you hear that? Adam wants you to win the regular season.
Yeah. Before, I didn't want the Tar Heels to win, but now I do. See, that's what's changed.
Yeah.